Welcome back to Let's Play Resident Evil 4 here at Trippy Commentaries. C-Dub, we have finally rescued Ashley. I'm sure the villagers will be even more pissed off now.
Yeah, we found her. We defeated El Gigante. We have made it to Ashley's location and rescued her. But now the tricky part is we have all these crazy creatures, these infected abominations that are going to be coming after us. And now Ashley, who is in no way equipped to defend herself.
Yeah, doing a quick status check here, guys. We're not in the best of shape. We really don't have a ton of health to begin with, and we have no herbs or health packs. We're definitely going to want to try to find the merchant, because I know he will sell us one spray at least. Okay, let's go ahead and back up and try to blow up this barrel with all of the zombie, or not zombie, ganados here around. Have a big wheelbarrow full of barrels there on fire. That would have been useful. Not sure if it took any out. So yeah, C-Dub, we're definitely working our way through the village. We still got so much stuff to do, as we have a couple bosses left, I believe, or at least one that I know for sure. And there's one action-packed section that I really think stands out that's going to be coming up. It's where we're trapped in a house, along with Lewis. We'll eventually find him again. And basically you have all these zombies coming in, and you just have to hold off the fort, hold down the fort as they try to take over. I feel like they probably should have done that a little bit more as we get out of the village and move into the castle and some other areas. You really aren't put in that scenario too much, but it's definitely something I think stands out in this game, and we'll be experiencing that very soon. The tension is high during those sections. Corey, you remember whenever that happens in this game, of course, where you're trapped in a room. I know it already happened to us there in that one section where we found the shotgun. It's just something about it. It's some of the most tension-filled sections of a Resident Evil game.
Oh, I agree 110%, man. I mean, you said it. Pretty much the best thing about Resident Evil 4, I felt, in comparison to 1, 2, and 3, is how much Capcom really did ramp up that tension to make it feel, I mean, it really is an edge of your seat type of game. It's much like, great action movies from the past, stuff like that. It gives you that feeling of tension, and then the game does a great job, as we can see here. We're doing a little bit better on health, but it's definitely scarce. It gives you that good feeling of desperation.
Yeah, Corey is pretty much our resident expert on horror films. Of course, Jason, Friday the 13th, stuff like that. So that's a natural kind of thing you want to compare here in Resident Evil 4. And a lot of these environments really do remind me of places that you see in movies like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, stuff like this. Aha, Corey, we have found the merchant. We, of course, already picked up one green herb. So I think combining that, now that we're going to be able to buy a health spray here, should put us in a good position. We'll go ahead and take a look at what the merchant has to offer, and we'll see what we should invest in, guys. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade a couple of our weapons here, starting off with the Punisher. We definitely are going to want to increase the firepower as well as capacity, as we'll be using the Punisher for a while. The shotgun, it's definitely going to be useful here to upgrade the firepower, no doubt about that. And 10 for the capacity certainly sounds pretty good. The TMP is another gun we'll be using for a long time, so let's go ahead and upgrade the firepower. We don't really have enough to upgrade the capacity, but in all honesty, the TMP, even though it's an automatic weapon, it's one of those things you kind of want to lightly tap on it, use not that much ammo, so that way you can kind of get as much use out of it as possible as far as ammo is concerned. We did buy the stock as well, so let's go ahead and combine that. And there we go, and that'll make the TMP even more useful. Alright, let's move on through this cave. These caves always seem to be kind of small in this area, as appears we're moving backwards. Basically, we're moving to an area that you need Ashley to get through because you need 2 people. We're going to boost her up so that way we can unlock a new door. Who knows where it will take us? Hopefully to the helicopter so that way it can save us. One thing that I was kind of hoping for a little bit more in this game, Corey, was cameos from past characters and creatures that we've seen in Resident Evil games. Perhaps the Tyrant, something like that. You know, we didn't really see that, but I think we did see more of that in Resident Evil 5. I know that the Umbrella Corporation was a little bit more involved in that game, wasn't it?
I believe. We certainly we had Wesker in the game as well as Jill making a return.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the game is played with Chris Redfield along with his partner Sheva. You know, that was I thought Resident Evil 5 did a great job of tying in previous, favorite characters and stuff like that, like you mentioned. I know Resident Evil 6, which is a game I haven't even played yet. I know they brought back a lot of the old favorites for that as well, so I am looking forward to here pretty soon picking up Resident Evil 6 and giving it a first run through.
Yeah, I'll have to do the same. Eventually, we will have to play that for the channel. We're kind of going to have to play through all the Resident Evils, so we can't exclude 6, especially because we will be covering Resident Evil 7 whenever they decide to release that from day 1. So that should be pretty interesting, that's for sure. One thing we will probably cover next after we vanquish Resident Evil 4, which is going to be a while, as you know, we're pretty much just at the tip of the iceberg here. But there's a DLC for Resident Evil 5 that I believe it takes you back to the original mansion, C-Dub. I know we were talking about possibly just doing that DLC next rather than jumping into Resident Evil 5. Probably just take out the DLC.
Yeah, it's definitely a throwback to the original mansion. I can't recall if it is actually the original. I think it has. I think it takes place in a rebuilt, like a almost a replica of the mansion, because things are. I mean, there's certain rooms that are familiar. The layout is definitely enough to, to strike your familiarity. But there's also a lot of additions to it, and it's a really, really, really cool DLC. For any of you guys out there who do have Resident Evil 5 and haven't picked it up yet, definitely check it out.
Yeah, we will be showing it off. That should be exciting. I have yet to play it, so that'll be pretty cool. Corey, have you already defeated that DLC?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So cool.
I actually defeated both of the DLCs for Resident Evil 5. The Lost in Nightmares, which is the one I believe we're referring to, and then the Desperate Escape as well. They were both fantastic. I picked up the Resident Evil 5 Gold edition, which of course has all the DLCs in there.
We have plenty of flash grenades available to us. Now it seems like a pretty good time to use it, as one of these evolved Los Plagos Ganados have attacked us. We can also use this time to kick this chick in the face. And let's go ahead and cut her up a little bit as well. I believe Ashley is caught on the top of this tower here. So this is probably a good spot to put her in if you do get in trouble. Possibly you get surrounded by the villagers here. But let's go ahead and grab her. It's starting to get annoying. There you go. Let's move on. You know what we need to do here, Corey? I'm not sure if there's any items to find around here. We need everything we can get at this point. So let's do a perimeter check, and we'll meet you guys as we continue the path to a new area of the village. Alright, C-Dub, we have collected some pretty good items here in this part of the town. Damn it! Got snagged up by a bear trap here, unfortunately. Now we have to focus on not only our health, but also Ashley's. So we're kind of in a good spot now as far as health is concerned. But we do have to factor in the fact that we have to take care of this chick as well. Alright, more Ganados coming to kill us. Corey, we are at maximum here with our items as well. So we're definitely going to want to use one of our many grenades in this scenario. There's 3 villagers combined. What do you say? Should we show off the incendiary, hard word to say for me there, grenade for the first time?
Yeah, why not? Let's set these guys on fire. Let's light it up a little bit.
Damn bear traps.
We got our ass tagged up in a bear trap again.
Oh. Yes, burn, baby, burn. There they go. Let's go ahead and re-equip the Punisher here, as there's another bear trap. Now all of a sudden we're starting to run low on health. Certainly not very good. Let's move on. Back in the farm area, let's go ahead and have Ashley hide in the dumpster. There you go. Yeah, perfect.
That would probably be a good idea. If I remember correctly, we got quite a few enemies to take care of in this area.
Sarah and the third party. Now, Sarah is Luis. I know I kind of gave a spoiler that we will be meeting up with him once again, but a lot of these notes have been talking about him. He's certainly a person of interest. Apparently there's a secret passage that he knows of. Perhaps he can learn to teach it to us. Wonder who his grandfather is. Now, he also has been injected with an egg. So it's definitely something to watch out for. I'm wondering if he knows about it. Wait. He actually removed it already? Interesting. Corey, that means there's going to be a way to save us as well as Ashley.
Oh man, this is awesome news. We're not gonna turn into one of those things.
Now, one thing they also are referencing in these notes is a presence of another character who's kind of stirring about the town here. Now, that character is Ada Wong. I think we already kind of got introduced to her earlier. Not really so much. She just made an appearance. It's really one of those things that you have to play the other Resident Evils, or I think it's Resident Evil 2 in particular. Let's go ahead and save. But that's who they're talking about. It's really one of those things they don't make obvious at all. I know she does have the side story, so perhaps they're just kind of making you wait until you play that to get more of the story. But that is who they're referencing quite a bit in these notes, is Ada's presence here in the village. But we don't even notice it as Leon at all. Let's shoot this guy in the head.
Down you go, fella.
Ashley is probably having a good time there in the dumpster. Let's see if there's anything for us to collect around here, as I think there should be just about nothing. We will need her to get to the next area, which is straight in front of us right now. You can see that big door. There's a Ganado standing right in front of it. We will hoist Ashley up, and that will allow us to continue. Do you think that perhaps Leon would find some shelter during nighttime? It might be better to tackle the village during the daytime, but you know, I guess easier said than done. Probably not too easy to hide here. There's seemingly a huge population in this town.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you would think that you know, perhaps with all these crazy people, that you know, there wouldn't be that many. But I'll be damned if they don't keep coming.
Yeah, they all kind of look very similar. They must be part of the same family. I hope incest is not involved, but it's interesting.
Yeah, that could be some funky stuff going on here in this weird little cult village thing we got going on.
Yeah. Bringing up kind of, I know we've been talking about all the classic Resident Evils. What do you think about the presence of the Umbrella Corporation, C-Dub? I mean, it was pretty interesting how it was so mysterious in the first one, and they really had a bunch hidden underground and all kinds of you know, crazy stuff, and then they just really took that corporation to the next level in Resident Evil 2.
Oh, absolutely, man. They tied it all in, of course, with the government and how the bombing of Raccoon City was planned and how it was. I mean, they were developing bioweapons. I mean, for those first couple of Resident Evils, man, they did a fantastic job of establishing the story. And that's one thing I'm definitely looking forward to in playing the original Resident Evil, the remake that they're working on now that Capcom is doing. We recently saw screenshots of. I'm really looking forward to going back and seeing how well they can flesh out that story now with, of course, the new consoles. It allows for a lot more as far as cutscenes and animations and stuff like that. So I think, man, this is going to be a whole new experience as far as that's concerned.
I hope you're right, C-Dub. I'm a little bit skeptical myself, just because you had that Resident Evil 1 remake released for the GameCube, and I feel like a lot of people did not get to play that because a lot of people didn't own a GameCube. So if they just kind of upgrade the graphics and release it for the next-gen consoles, you know it's going to sell a lot of copies, which means really they might not be motivated to add a bunch of new content into the game. It'll certainly be interesting. We've both played through that Resident Evil 1 remake. It's a great game, and I feel like there's still some you can improve on it. There's still some new content you can add, and hey, perhaps they give us a Barry chapter, C-Dub. That would be epic.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to be able to go through, and maybe that's something they could add. Of course, in the original game, Barry was basically Jill's partner, and he would come along ever so often, and just pop in at just the right times. And maybe we could, like you said, we could see a chapter where we play as Barry and see what actually goes on in that in between time.
Yes, hopefully they track down the original voice actor. That would be certainly pretty epic, and I think many people would rush out to buy the game just for that fact alone. All right, Ashley, you can come out of the dumpster now. I forgot, if you hit the same button, the right bumper button in this case on the Xbox, you will do a whistle button. So if you hit the same button that you push to put her in the dumpster, you can actually have her come to you wherever you are. You don't actually have to go over to her and, I guess, pull the lid off the dumpster and all that. Oh, looks like I missed some barrels back there. Let's go ahead and grab those. And we will head into the next area and see what we have in store. Who knows?
RJ, do you think perhaps we should maybe heal Ashley?
Nah, not right now. We'll leave her be. If she dies, then we'll just have to leave her behind. I'm sure the president will be upset with us, but we're put in crazy circumstances here with tons and tons of villagers trying to kill us. But in all honesty, Corey, the one good thing about Ashley, as far as her health's concerned, is you can always have her hide somewhere, so you really don't have to worry about her health too much. Most of the time, you can just have her hide immediately, and you don't have to take her out until everybody is already dead, which means the chances of her dying can be pretty slim at times.
Yeah.
Well done.
You would think with her being the president's daughter and presumably having all that money that she might spring for some of these first aid sprays once in a while.
Yeah, that would definitely be perfect. You know, she probably has her American Express card or something on her. I'm sure this merchant probably does take all major credit cards, like any good merchant would. We'll go ahead and, I guess, check things out here, see if he's got anything new. Still not a larger case here, as I was hoping for. The Red 9 is available, as well as some upgrades for that. That's a Magnum. We're going to hold off on getting that for now. So, hopefully, by the time we get in the castle, some new guns will be available. In particular, the rifle. We are really looking forward to picking that up. Not the one that's available now. We want the upgraded one that you can't get until you get into that next area. Hunnigan, what's up?
Well, I'm afraid I have to tell you anyway. We've lost contact with the chopper.
Oh, fuck.
Bad news, Hunnigan.
Great.
We're prepping another chopper for you. Meanwhile, I want you to head towards the extraction point.
Got it.
All right, guys. Well, bad news. Unfortunately, the helicopter is MIA. If we've learned anything from the prior Resident Evils, that's usually not a good thing. But the good news is another helicopter is on the way. So hopefully it's nothing we should be too worried about. We will head to the extraction point with Ashley. Make sure to stay tuned to Let's Play Resident Evil 4 here at Trippy Commentaries. Peace out, guys, and stay trippy.